If there's one thing I love, it's animals. They are as loyal as you make them. They're entertaining and can be good company if you're lonely. With me being a single man in my early 20s, I felt it was only good to get a dog. I owned a German Shepherd. I'd had him since he was just a puppy. He was very mischievous and got himself into trouble from time to time. With him being such a troublemaker, I named him Rebel. It may sound a little dumb, but honestly, that name really fit him. Rebel and I had so much fun together. I would take him out on walks, car rides, and even trips to the store. It didn't take long for Rebel to grow attached to me. And I had grown quite attached to him. Now, I'm going to skip forward to what happened. It was about 2 weeks ago. I had noticed that Rebel's behavior had changed. He started acting differently. He'd become aggressive. Rebel would go nuts at anything and anyone. Once the mailman came to deliver a package, and Rebel nearly put a hole in the door trying to get to him. The door was solid oak that was about 4 inches thick. Rebel also refused to eat certain foods now. When I first got him, he would eat anything I gave him. And now, that just wasn't the case. Now, I'm going to skip to when things really took a turn for the worst. This happened just a few days ago. Rebel's nasty behavior continued. Actually, his behavior seemed to intensify. Rebel was becoming violent at literally everything. One time I was just watching TV and he suddenly attacked it as if he were trying to get to the people inside. It was actually incredible. He managed to pierce his teeth right through it. I could see the teeth marks through the screen. On small occasions, Rebel would even get violent with me. At that point, I knew it was time to take him to the vet. I didn't even trust him enough to put him in the car with me. He fought as I tried to put him in the trunk. After a good 15 minutes of struggling, I finally got him in there. On the whole way to the vet, I could hear him barking and thrashing around back there. He was actually making the whole car shake. I knew something was wrong. His barks sounded different. They didn't sound like the barks of a dog. Instead, they sounded almost like the roars of a monster. When I made it to the vet, I asked to get assistance from a few of the vets to help me get him out of the trunk. Admittedly, I was too afraid to open it by myself. This time, he was even more violent and strong. He bit one of the vets on the hand and It took all three of us to use our full strength to subdue him. When we finally got him inside, we strapped him down and waited for the doctor to see what the problem was. I was becoming disturbed. It almost looked like Rebel's physical appearance was deteriorating. His fur was falling off in random places. His teeth had become so sharp, much more than compared to an average dog's. They were almost razor sharp in appearance. His eyes were no longer those of my beloved pet. Instead, his eyes were... they were blood red and full of so much violent anger. It shook me to my core. The doctor requested I step in the waiting room as he examined. Everyone in the waiting room, including myself, were shaken by the constant howls of Rebel. His howls and barks sounded more like a bear's or an alligator's, nothing like a dog's. The doctor rushed in the waiting room and immediately requested that I urgently come into the back with him. When I went back into the room, I could no longer recognize Rebel. He looked nothing like my pet, or even a dog. He looked like some mangy beast. I nearly vomited at the sight when I saw that under his skin there looked like there was an outline of worms crawling around inside of him. Rebel looked up at me and smiled. This wasn't some innocent doggy smile. This was evil. An evil smile. I'm serious. His smile gave off a feeling of threatening danger. And if that wasn't bad enough, Rebel then did something that will forever live in my mind. All of our jaws dropped. We all could have sworn that Rebel said something. Before we could prepare ourselves, Rebel let out an ear-piercing scream. Not a bark, not a howl, but a scream. He sounded like a human if they were to scream. I covered my ears as hard as I could. The sound was unbearable. One of the vets retreated from the room as blood began to pour out of his ears. Rebel began to vomit blood, and within the vomit you could see small worm-like insects crawling around. The doctor didn't know what was going on, and he didn't care anymore. He suggested that the best thing we could do was put Rebel to sleep permanently. I didn't know what to think. Rebel was my best friend. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time to think about it because Rebel was starting to tear away at the leather straps of his restraints. I shook my head in agreement. It was better than watching my best friend suffer any longer. Within the hour, Rebel passed away. I sat in the waiting room, grieving the loss of my dear friend. The doctor came in with a jar of those things, those worms or whatever the hell they were. He said that he was going to have them sent to a lab to be examined. Honestly, I didn't care what he did with them. I just wanted those goddamn things away from me. Now, that was the story of Rebel, but the story as a whole doesn't end there. Do you want to know something strange? The doctor called me just a few hours ago. You know those worms? Apparently, no one knows what they are. They have never been documented. They're actually a mystery to mankind, I guess. I don't know how or when Rebel got exposed to those things, but all I can suggest is this. If any of you have a pet you truly love and care about, get them checked immediately. I'd also advise that you get yourselves checked out too. Lately, it feels like there's something crawling around in my arm. And I've been feeling angry. Very, very angry. Hello, my darlings. It's me, Camilla. It's been a while since you've last heard my voice, hasn't it? Well, Danny gave me the spotlight for just a moment, so that way I could tell you all, Thank you so much for all of your support and for watching this video. Not only does your support truly mean the world to Danny, but it also means the world and more to me. And speaking of support, if you want to continue to support me and Danny and the rest of the faces of this channel, Danny just launched a brand new Patreon page. They've been actively posting content on there, ranging from behind the scenes looks to unreleased early access videos and audios, as well as some Patreon exclusive content too. $3 is not only for general support, but it also gets you access to the behind the scenes content, like work in progress pieces of scripts and thumbnails, as well as full uncut audio recordings chock full of Danny's, well, bloopers. And you also get to say in on various polls that they'll be putting up in the future in regards to what videos they should work on next, what to post or upload next, what games they should stream next, etc. $6 gets you all the previous tier's benefits, but it also gets you a 4 to 7 day early access pass to all of Danny's finished thumbnail art, their completed original audio roleplays, as well as their creepypasta narrations. They've mentioned briefly to me that they won't be including audios using other people's scripts, like the ones they found on Reddit, for example. However, they did say that they would do it if they were given explicit permission by the scriptwriters first. And included in the $6 tier, Danny says that I can read your name aloud at the end of videos and audios, which I'm sure many of you would appreciate hearing my lovely voice give each of your names the spotlight they deserve. And lastly, $20 gets you all of the previous tier's special benefits, all including one very special catch. You also get access to all of Danny's Patreon exclusive content. These include audio roleplays, artwork, unreleased script ideas, and the like. Things that will never see the light of day anywhere but there. Please feel free to check out Danny's Patreon if you can. But if some of you can't afford to do Patreon, but would still like to support me and Danny and the rest of the channel with a friendly donation, we also have a Ko-Fi page. It may look barren now, but Danny's told me that she fully intends to make more use of it by winter, by opening up audio commissions. So keep your eyes open for when that particular announcement goes up. Maybe I'll be the one to give the special announcement, including all the details about that. Links for both the Patreon and the Ko-Fi will be down in the description, but they'll also be available in Danny's YouTube page's About section, as well as their Linktree page. Thank you so very much to our very first $9 patron, Polyup. You're absolutely amazing and such an adorable little sweetheart. And I know for sure that Danny appreciates your support. I know I most certainly appreciate your patronage, my dear. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video, and for watching this far ahead in the ending. We promise that there is more to come soon, everybody. We wish you all a wonderful day, afternoon, or night, wherever you all are in this big, beautiful world. I love you all so very much, my dearest, most precious little siblings of mine. And I hope to see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.